So in this video, we're going to cover the 10 criteria for addiction, especially sex addiction. So number one, loss of control. This is when it becomes compulsive, when you almost just have to sexually act out, and if you don't, you're just going to explode. Compulsive behavior. It's very similar to like losing control, but it's one of those times where you just feel like you got to get off, or you got to have a drink, or you've got to smoke something. When it becomes so overwhelming that you just feel almost paralyzed, that's compulsive behavior. Number three, efforts to stop. How many times have you told yourself, wow, I drank too much, or I partied too much, or maybe my sex is getting way out of control? You know, maybe I told my partner I was going to act outside the relationship, and I can't seem to stop myself. And if you've tried to stop but you can't, it may be an addiction. Number four, loss of time. When you have sex addiction certainly meshed with meth, I gotta tell you, I don't think tweakers wear a watch very often because they lose all sense of time. But how many times have you gone on your laptop and think, you know, I'm just gonna look at a little porn, maybe 10, 15 minutes. And next thing you know, you look up at the clock and 3 hours have gone by. That's when you get so engrossed in something where nothing else matters. That's loss of time. Number five, preoccupation. Have you ever started planning a 3-day weekend in Vegas? Where you start looking at where all the shows going to be, where all the good adult clubs, and it's Vegas. So are you looking at profiles for hookers? And this has started weeks before that holiday weekend. When you get obsessed with looking at it, in the same way with general sex. Do you talk about it all the time? Does it enter in just social conversations? It's kind of inappropriate. That is when you feel like, and your friends are saying, dude, all you talk about is sex. That's preoccupation. Number six, inability to fulfill obligations. So that could be work, could be school, could be family. Do you like beg off and say, no, I can't make it to that birthday party because you want to go act out? Or you're not going to commit yourself because you want to leave time and space open to be able to do whatever you like. When that happens time and time again, because if you're going to have failure to meet your obligations at work or school, and certainly financial and with family, that's going to greatly impact your life. You may have an addiction. How often have you missed work or maybe a recital for your kids because you were so preoccupied and so compulsive about your sexual behavior? You just had to go act out. How many parties have you ghosted? You know, you walk through, say hi to everybody, and you head out the back door so you can go act out? That's preoccupation. Number eight, escalation. So like with any drug or alcohol, or so with sexual behavior that escalates, say for example, porn addiction. So porn addiction may start off pretty basic and then all of a sudden it starts kicking up. So you may change genres. And by that, if you're straight, you may be looking at gay porn. You may start looking at groups or BDSM or bestiality and so forth. All of these that start to raise the intensity. And unfortunately, the granddaddy of those all up at the top for porn addiction is illegal minor porn. Now, whether it's escalation, say for a compulsive masturbator, may start off in his bedroom with a laptop, but to escalate it, he may do it in front of the window because somebody may catch him. It starts this adrenaline flow going up and it raises the intensity. So sometimes whatever that taboo-ness of it, you raise that, you raise the intensity, and that's escalation. Number nine, losses. Have you experienced a loss of a relationship? A loss of your health? Have you become HIV positive or getting other STDs from your sexual behavior? That's certainly losing that, your physical health. Maybe your finances. How much money have you been spending on sexual acting out? Maybe with prostitutes or even porn subscriptions or going to strip club. Those are the type of losses that maybe really impact our daily lives. And if you've occurred some of those losses, you might be a sex addict. Number 10, withdrawal. Now, this is something that is associated with all types of addiction. You know, most of the time we think one of the worst withdrawals is, say, from heroin. In fact, a lot of heroin addicts continue to use not so much of the high and the numbing sensation, but they want to avoid coming down in the withdrawals because it's so incredibly painful. So what's a withdrawal look like for a sex addict? You become irritable, restless, can't sleep, can't concentrate. Those are all symptoms of withdrawal coming down from sex addiction. And if you have those, if you've been experiencing some of those, you may be a sex addict. So let me be clear. I'm not here to tell you you're a sex addict by any means. In fact, I'm just trying to lay out the criteria we use for any addiction, whether it's drug, alcohol, or sex. So if you have any of these, we just listed 10. If you've got 3 out of the 10, you may have a problem. If you have much more than that, then I hope that you can give us a call because we have the help that you need.